Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Perspective. We'll be talking about the political situation as it stands. Of course, we've also seen envoys from the UK, US hold meetings with various politicians. We've also seen meetings with former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif Saab, Zardari Saab. We've also seen meetings with, of course, Yusuf Raza Gilani and others in Multan by Donald Bloom. There is, Jane Marriott also met with Asif Ali Zardari at Bilawal House. There is have been meetings on this also. We'll be talking about the political, as far as the political environment at this time is concerned. We saw Bilawal Bhutto speak at a jalsa yesterday. There seems to be a growing confidence in the elections when we hear Asif Ali Zardari Sahab talk about his confidence in the upcoming elections. Has it built up over time? Because earlier on we were also hearing talks of there not being an adequate level playing field. Are things changing for all political parties? Is there growing confidence in the upcoming elections, election commission, where things are headed? Are we going to be looking at political parties aiming to work together? Are things building towards that, or is there going to be more cross-fire between political parties? We also saw Istikame Party Chief Jahangir Khan Tareen meet with different foreign envoys. We saw his meeting. Also, let's talk about overall what the situation is gearing towards with the upcoming elections. I have with me Dr. Abid Abbasi, who is a political analyst. Thank you for being with us today. We have Faisal Karim Kundi from the PPP. Thank you for joining us. And Javed Jadoon Saab, who's a senior journalist. Thank you for being with us today. Ji, Abid Saab, like I said, regardless of these meetings, I think they do happen from time to time. But do you see a change from what the PPP, for example, we saw of course, this is also a question for Kundi Saab here, but is there, do you think, a growing confidence in the political scene at this time?
Thank you very much, Mahrukh. Yes, the situation is heading towards elections, and we hope and pray that an impartial, free and transparent elections would be held in this country and given time and the constitutional time, because we have seen so many sort of, bit unconstitutional kind of things in recent past. But the situation is very difficult in Pakistan. The political parties, they are actually gearing up, but so far we haven't seen that much, optics, that much vibes,
You're saying the momentum is not there?
That momentum we have not observed so far. But at the same time, the situation in the country regarding the political process, they are also having many ifs and buts in that. We have seen recently Mia Muhammad Nawaz Sharif, who is the chief of Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz, who remained in exile for medical purposes for about 4 years. Now he returned back in the country, but the way he was treated by the institutions, the way he was, dealt with by the judiciary of this country and other institutions of this country, these kind of treatment is creating some questions among some quarters of the country.
But Abid Sahab, isn't it true that as far as the former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif Saab is concerned, he is still set to face courts? I mean, as I understand, there are hearings on the 21st as far as the Al Azizia reference is concerned, as far as the Avonfield case is concerned. So
but some people have the view that the due process, of course, have not been adopted perhaps. The PMLN quarters, they are saying that these things were done so much wrong against the former Prime Minister before 2018. He was put behind the bar.
Yes.
The cases were maneuvered against him, and now the things are being corrected. But these things have not been corrected for other political leaders of the country. For instance, when Yusuf Raza Gilani was ousted from the office of the Prime Minister by giving a 35-second the conviction in the court. But later on, we haven't seen any correction from the court. We have seen the case of Zulfikar Ali Bhutto is in the Supreme Court, but that has not been dealt by the court.
Let me come back to you on that note. Let me go to Javed Saab. Javed Saab, if you heard what Abid Saab here is saying, your opinion on the overall, I mean, is it it might be unnecessarily creating a certain kind of, a certain kind of vibe, a certain kind of atmosphere before the elections when we, criticize the legal process, when we criticize, because as you know, as far as NAB is concerned, we have been criticizing NAB for ages. The fact that the process itself is flawed, the fact that the process itself, the prosecution has, numerous loopholes. And when we talk about wrongs being corrected, in your opinion, are they necessarily, is it wrong to go down that road and correct them?
Thank you very much, Mahrukh. I think if you look at Pakistan's political landscape, the political spectrum, you will be able to understand that we have been talking about elections, and we are talking about fair and free elections in Pakistan. Even after 76 years of Pakistan's nascent democracy, though there have been interventions on part of the military, but more than 30 years, two main political parties of Pakistan, Pakistan Muslim League and in Pakistan People's Party, remained in power at the federal level and at the provinces level as well. Now, what we need to understand is it's a broken political system in Pakistan, and the socio-political processes which we see right now are indicative that people's interest in the entire political system is declining. Why it is declining? Because when you start blaming for your own failures as far as delivery of services is concerned, at the doorstep of Pakistan's security establishment, at the doorstep of Pakistan's judiciary, at the doorstep of Pakistan's free media, then at the end of the day, you end up with a political structure in Pakistan, which could be termed as a broken political system. I mean, it is beyond my comprehensions that the two main political parties, I'm talking about the PPP and PMLN, who remained part of a coalition for 16 months, and they were on the same page, and even in within the parliamentary structure and outside as well, they had a very unanimous views about the proceedings in Pakistan's political system. Once out of power, they have started blaming each other. That the Pakistan People's Party's contention is that they didn't have the kind of ministries where they could have delivered as far as the people of Pakistan are concerned. I think the problem lies with the political parties itself. They need to look inwardly, and they need to understand that where they have failed.
Javed Saab, I think that's a fair point, and that's a question for the PPP. I'll go to Kundi Saab on this. Ji, Kundi Saab, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Kundi Saab, I don't know if you heard what Javed Saab is saying, but he's saying that, of course, the PPP was very much a part of the PDM. And then for now, to distance yourself from obviously the results of that government, the governance of 16 months or so, do you think it's fair at this time?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Yes, we own that 16-month government of PDM and allied parties was going on. And we were not part of PDM. We were allied partner of PDM government. We own that government. We had 10 ministries, and we are always ready to go to the public and present whatever we have done in 16 months. We will go on our manifesto, our 16-month, whatever we have done in the government to the public. And we also think that other political parties should also go. Pakistan People's Party in PDM and allies is one of the party. I think one or two other parties are asking for early elections, on-time elections, but only PMLN and few other parties are saying election should be in. They were saying from the very first that it should be in January or February or something like this. So we are there in public. Bilal Bhutto Zardari is already on the visit of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. He has already addressed 3 worker conventions, and he is going from tomorrow. Is again addressing 3 other worker conventions also. Before that, he went to Thar also. And in Mithi.
Kundi Saab, there is, of course, from what we heard from Asif Ali Zardari Saab, the fact that he has confidence in the elections, in the electoral process. Has your stance now changed from, saying that there is not an adequate level playing field. Are you now satisfied with the role of the Election Commission and what can or will happen on the February 8th?
We never said that we don't have any trust on Election Commission. We have full trust on the Election Commission, and we are always expecting that Election Commission will hold free and fair elections. Whatever we are saying about the level playing fields, we have some reservation on the civilian bureaucracy and things. Whatever happened when Mian Nawaz Sharif was coming from UK, he was being seen off by the High Commissioner of Pakistan. Then here, when he came to Punjab in Lahore, he was received in Murray. We don't have any reservation on that also. But we have 5 former Prime Ministers in Pakistan also. If they are getting that much treatment which Mian Nawaz Sharif is getting, then we are satisfied. If they are not getting and only Mian Nawaz Sharif is getting it, then we have reservation on it. And on the other side, when Mian Nawaz Sharif is going to Punjab, Governor Punjab for condolence of his family, who died couple of times, a bit like you can say, it was 2 years back or a year back. So Mian Nawaz Sharif was not here. So he went for condolence, and there he had meeting of Bawalpur division ticket holders. Holding meeting in Governor House is a political activity. That reservation we have. Thing is, we said that all political parties should have.
Let me come back to you. All political parties should have the same level playing field, of course. Please stay with us. I'll come back to you. I'm going to go to Abid Abbasi. You heard what Kundi Sahib is saying. Do you think the optics in this case is what is objectionable? What is, overall? And do you think now perhaps things are changing and all political parties are, now voicing confidence in the overall electoral process?
They have no other option, in fact. Despite having their reservations, obviously the political parties, they have to be in the process, and while being in the process, they can strive for maneuvering the support of the people. Or without elections, the political parties are to struggle a lot, because what we have seen, as the Jadoon Sahib has earlier said, the political system in Pakistan is so fragile, it's so weak. We have seen 3 martial laws in this country for a long period of time, and the political parties have a very limited room to act in Pakistani politics. So, but at the same time, I would agree to an extent with Kundi Sahib that the optics which were being created by the institutions, or the way the all those allied, which were allies of the former PTI government, and they were quote unquote said that the ruling establishment has forced those people like MQM and like Bap Party and like those electables in Punjab, they were forced to join PTI government, and only then PTI government came into existence, while pushing PMLN in Punjab to a corner, cutting them to the size.
But we don't see any a massive kind of movement like that happen in Punjab for the PMLN yet.
So far the PML chief has not visited many areas in Punjab, but the way the Bap Party and the MQM and some electables in the KP or in Punjab, they were joining PMLN, the same optics were seen by the impartial analysts in the country. The way the former PTI chairman was given the support to come into power by cutting to the size the PMLN and its leader, he was in a very malicious cases, he was put behind the bar, and he was ousted from the country, his government was toppled. The similar kind of favors are being observed by some people, are being said by some people to give to PMLN chief.
But there are no favors at this time. I mean, we only see a political process, and you said it's the case of righting a wrong. Let me go to Javed Sahib on this. Javed Sahib, there is, whether it's righting a wrong, whether it's the overall electoral process, do you think it's about, when we talk about the phenomena of electables, when we talk about joinings, for example, there is, there are electables who will join when they see that a political party may be gaining ground, or maybe doing well as far as the people and their confidence in a political party are concerned. And I had somebody say on my show, just yesterday, that what is wrong with that from the PMLN? If people want to join a particular party because they feel that it is the party that may get the most votes, what is the objection in that? What is your take on this?
Mahrukh, if as far as the political parties are concerned, if you look at the world system, the most important type of the system in the world is the nation-state system. If you take it to Pakistan's landscape, my question is whether the political parties have been able to strengthen the nation-state system, or they have been contributed in weakening the nation-state system in Pakistan. When we say that the political parties were forced to shift their loyalties, then there's a big question mark over the integrity and the character of the political leadership of that particular political party. And then at the end of the day, who matters the most in Pakistan or in any given democratic society is the people. The people are the most relevant, the most important, the most powerful, and the real sovereign of any state system, which is the modern nation-state system. Another question arises, are the political parties interested in responding to the aspirations and the wishes of the people? I don't think so. The problem is, once again, the people are marginalized. They are not being looked into as the sovereign, the political parties' wheelings and dealings. I mean, it is astonishing and beyond, I think, comprehension that the political party, any given political party, one day is aligned with one specific political party, and then the time changes, and then they align themselves with another political system. Does it happen anywhere in the world? I think the entire political structure, as far as the modern nation-state system is concerned, is based entirely on ideological divisions, not on the basis of their own vested interests. The 250 million people in Pakistan are not the stakeholders. The Kundi Sahib said that, well, we met and the PMLN leadership met so-and-so envoys of the foreign countries. Are they taking so much of a pride in meeting the envoys of the foreign nations in Pakistan? Are they the main arbiter in Pakistan's political system? And the outcome of the political struggle and the outcome of the election depends and hinges on meeting with one envoy of the powerful country or the other envoy of the powerful country. I mean, why can't they understand that they are the real stakeholders, that they represent the wishes and aspirations of the people of Pakistan? Why they become so obsessed with meeting with the envoys of powerful Western countries?
I think these meetings are routine. I think I'm going to go to Kundi Sahib and let him answer this. Kundi Sahib, are these meetings, usually they happen from time to time. Are they not part of the routine instead of, them being part of anything, as far as the electoral process is concerned, or any, or them offering any kind of significant answer to what is our own political process? Ji, can you hear me?
I agree that electoral process should be fair. You have mentioned about the people who are joining PMLN, either it's having alliance with MQM, PMLN is having alliance with MQM, or GDA, or any other political parties. We don't have any reservation on that, because thing is that if any political party wants to join, have an alliance with other political party, we should not have any reservation. But when if you go some time back, when Yusuf Gilani was becoming leader of the opposition in Senate, and we got vote from Balochistan Awami Party, what was Mian Nawaz Sharif, Shahbaz Sharif, Mariam Nawaz, and parliamentarian of PMLN were saying at that time that who are they naming, and what are they doing. Now, when they need them, then they look at what they say about them. At that time, when we were in PDM and when we get this Balochistan Awami Party votes, so they were criticizing that why we got Balochistan Awami votes and they are so and so. And now when they need them, they said, okay, fine. So at that time we said they are political party, and we need political parties, in alliance or whatever thing is. So there is one alliance which is before election, and there is one other alliance will be after election. So we are working hard our own political party with our manifesto. We are going to people of Pakistan with our own manifesto as a Pakistan People's Party. We might have some seats spent with some other parties, maybe not confirmed yet. And after election, we will form an alliance, and we will try to form a government, inshallah.
Fair enough, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that is part of the political process, as it should be, because of course numbers will matter to any political parties, and all political parties would want to have the kind of numbers that then let them make the kind of decisions that they want. Let me come back to you on that. Ji, Abid Sahab, like I said, those numbers will matter. And what is wrong with any political party aiming for that kind of, of course, PMLN has also said that, two-thirds majority, even Bilawal Bhutto has said, for them aiming for it to let them make the kind of changes that they envision for Pakistan.
There is nothing, wrong in that. Absolutely nothing wrong there. When the political parties, by their own, seeing the optics or seeing their interest or political, support to align with other political parties, that is not wrong. But when some behind the curtain being forced some political alliances or some political parties to join party A or to join party B. What we have seen in 2018 and even before that, some, overnightly a Janubi Punjab Mahasuba, the South Punjab, a front was created and more than 30 people, they joined hands overnight, and they were forced to support at that, the PTI's government and center. Similarly, we have seen the Jahangir Tareen's aeroplane that was picking people by the force. We have seen that the people were forced to return the tickets of PMLN in 2008 elections. There were so many evidence that people were forced not to contest elections on PMLN's ticket. Similar kind of vibes are coming now, because everywhere, if you go to social media, the mainstream political analysts, the mainstream anchors who are criticizing lesser on their TV shows, but if we see their YouTube channels and their analysis over there, everybody is saying, I have seen so many credible journalists, they are criticizing that the way these vibes are being created, these are not either in the favor of political process in Pakistan, to make them credible, to create a credibility among the people of Pakistan. Everybody in the street says that Mr. A is coming into power because the behind the curtain forces are supporting them, or similarly the judiciary.
But is it because, in your opinion, that there is just, the people of Pakistan perhaps have lost confidence in the overall political process?
And we are, declining, we are adding fuel on that declining confidence of the people of Pakistan by creating such kind of atmosphere and such kind of activities in the country. This is not in the favor of political process, because we have earlier discussed that the democratic process in Pakistan is so weak. This is not either in the favor of democratic process in Pakistan, or for that matter, Mian Nawaz Sharif and PMLN for that matter, because these kind of vibes are not favoring the political parties to get the confidence of people, because after that election, the similar kind of voices would come that this political party was supported to come into power, not genuinely getting the support of the people. I think Mian Nawaz Sharif is popular in Punjab. He have very adequate support of the people.
And PMLN waited. Let me go to Javed Sahab on this. Javed Sahab, PMLN waited for the former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif Sahab's return. And they felt that his return was needed for the people of the country. For the kind of support, the kind of numbers that they want. Do you think that is the reason for, at this time, of course, the movement that we are seeing in Punjab, we saw what's happening in Balochistan as far as the PMLN is concerned. But the confidence overall in all political parties at this time seems to be at a low. Would you agree with that?
Mahrukh, I've been emphasizing in your talk shows that there's a declining interest of the people in the entire political system in Pakistan. And with every passing year, with all the developments taking around, as it was pointed out, that a leader of a major political party, when he comes back to Pakistan, he's given the kind of a reception which conveys the message to the common man that, well, he is the man who is going to take the helms after the elections. If this notion is given that one particular political party and one particular political leader is going to be anointed as the next Prime Minister of Pakistan, then I think then what is the point in the whole exercise of holding elections? If there are big question marks on the conduct of general elections, if they're not going to be free, fair, and transparent, as far as the perception is concerned for the people. I mean, I always emphasize the most important factor in Pakistan's politics is the people of Pakistan. They are the people, the common people. when they go to the hustings, when they go to the polling stations and the polling booths, they will be deciding the fate of the country, not any individual, not any particular party or any particular leader with the ambition to coming into power, even without the support of the people. Then you lose the legitimacy of the entire political system. As you pointed out, my answer to your question is, when there are such exercises in the political realm, then I think the confidence of the people and the political system, which is already eroding, will be eroding to the very, very dangerous levels. And that will not be in the interest of Pakistan. As I earlier pointed out, that in any nation state system, you have to have a very solid system which hinges on the aspirations and the voice of the people, the respective peoples of any given society or country.
Let me go to Kundi Saab on this. Kundi Saab, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Kundi Saab, there is, as far as the PPP is concerned, we've seen that, committees are being formed to formulate manifestos at this time. What kind of a manifesto can we expect from the PPP, at this time for the people? Is it going to be, a new changed kind of, a manifesto that will work for the people, or are you going to go by your traditional as far as the PPP is concerned?
Yes, Pakistan People's Party has made its manifesto committee, and manifesto committee is working on it. It's on the final stage. We will have our old manifesto plus new manifesto. We are going to address the people of Pakistan, the youth of Pakistan, the women of Pakistan, the farmers of Pakistan, the economy of Pakistan. We are going to focus on these type of things, and we will take our manifesto and we'll go to the public. And we believe in this, that whoever people of Pakistan wants to vote, they should get the votes, they should get the majority in the parliament, and they should rule the government. Because selection this time will not be liked by the people. They will not accept the selection. People want election. They don't want selection. So this is our thing, that whoever people want to vote, either it's PTI, either it's PPP, either it's PMLN, whoever they want to vote, let them vote. But thing is, one of my friend has said before that PMLN always wants to drag institution in politics. We don't want to drag institution into politics. They want to show the impression that institutions are with us and we might be selected. If you want selection for the fourth time, then what's the use of having this election? And whatever their slogans were, vote ko izzat do, mujhe kyun nikala, free and fair elections. Why did they said that? They should not have said that. Then they should have said that we are ready for selection. We want that whoever the people of Pakistan wants to vote, let them vote and let them rule the Pakistan.
Kundi Saab, what about Punjab? I mean, of course, traditionally PPP has had a foothold in Karachi, in Sindh overall. As far as Punjab is concerned, of course, as your inroads into Punjab at this time, what is your opinion of how the PPP, as far as the South is concerned, as far as overall the situation in Punjab is concerned for the PPP before the elections, or you think it's too soon and momentum has yet to be built there?
Pakistan People's Party is have already done their homework majority of in the area. We have done homework in Sindh. We are already in Workers' Convention in KPK, and South Punjab we have already worked on that. In Central Punjab we have worked on it. So we will come with manifesto with our candidates, and after election, with the number game, we will go to our allies, and then we will inshallah try to form a government with our allies. Because previously when we were going for the no confidence motion when Shahbaz becoming prime minister, majority of allies which were with us, they won't guarantee Asif Rizari as a guaranteed. So I think the experience of Pakistan People's Party with allies is much more better than the other parties. So we will inshallah form a government with our allies.
But do you see that, before I go to our other guests, Kundi Saab, do you see that at this time also, the way you are, saying allies and all this, you expect any political party and all political parties to probably need some kind of allies to form government, the kind of environment that we are in at this time. Isn't that correct?
Yes, I think the next government, whoever forms the government, allies government, it won't be like a simple majority of any party. It's my expectation or thing. So they will go for the allies government, and whoever have got the good allies or good partners, they will form the government.
Fair enough. Let me come back to you on that. Abid Sahab, do you agree with what Kundi Sahab is saying? Overall, as far as political parties are concerned, what the situation is? Of course, even joinings that are happening may happen closer to the elections. Do you expect there to be perhaps allies, an allied kind of government? But we saw, those don't always yield the kind of results political parties want.
Yes, we have seen a very few governments in Pakistan which were representing one political party solely. There was allied governments in past. But as you have put the question to Kundi Saab that what about Punjab? I think that People's Party having some very genuine kind of problems while being in Punjab. Some problems are those which are imposed on PPP. For instance, if we go back into 2013 elections, PPP was not allowed. That was threatened by the extremist forces, by the terrorist organizations not to launch their campaign in Punjab. So they couldn't launch their campaign in Punjab vis-a-vis the ANP is concerned into KP. So. But the second part of this, problem is that is People's Party itself. People's Party has not, made a very vibrant kind of political organization in Punjab. Their organizational structure is not being given the due importance, the due care in Punjab. So Punjab is the biggest province of Pakistan. The more than 60% of the seats were there in Punjab, and I think PPP should also do some sort of work in Punjab in terms of their organizational structure. Because if we go back into history, PPP was the only political party that was created on a manifesto, on an ideology, or for, by the intellectuals, the left-wing intellectuals of that time, to give a manifesto. And perhaps that was the only political government came into existence in Pakistan that was, that the support was based on the manifesto of that political party. For the first time, people of Pakistan, the western wing of Pakistan at that time, they give an importance to manifesto, and they overwhelmingly supported Pakistan People's Party led by the Shaheed leader Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. But after that, the political organizations in the country, the political parties in the country, the manifestos, all those things were at the path of declining, and now we are depending on electables and some sort of catchy slogans and Riyasat-e-Madina and blah blah blah. Such kind of things were introduced in the politics of Pakistan, and I would say.
But Abid, is it in your opinion, and I'm interjecting, is it and also I'm going to ask Javed Saab this also, do you think it's an evolutionary process? Perhaps, as a democratic process, we had to pass through, and we have to pass through. We are not a very old democracy, even if we look back.
We were much mature in terms of democratic values in 1970s as compared to today. But unfortunately, we are, in a vicious cycle we are moving. After every mashallah, the political process is, started afresh. Then comes another mashallah, and the political process comes afresh. But I guess political parties having a very, least room to struggle to get them empowered in terms of their political organization. But what the room they have not utilized that room in a scientific manner to create a political party like political parties that struggled against the dictatorial regime or against the powerful elites everywhere in the world. Unfortunately, the political parties in Pakistan always remain so fragile, so weak. Either they were forced to be in that sort of fragility, or they themselves did not pay that much attention to their political structure to fight against the poverty, to fight against the odds in the way of democracy.
Let me ask Kundi Saab this, and then I'll go to Javed Saab. Kundi Saab, do you think it's true as far as political parties are concerned? They're allowing grassroots level people to come up. They're having democracy in their structure. They're allowing for leadership to evolve, so to speak. Those are problems in all political parties. Would you agree with that?
I don't agree with this. I can't advocate all the political parties. But if you talk about Pakistan People's Party, after the Shahadat of Mohtarama Benazir Bhutto, we gave the chance to Yusuf Raza Gilani as a prime minister. Then Raja Parashar became the prime minister. And then if you see, we have got the combination of youngsters and senior politicians to be in the cabinet. And then, if you see, we have given the role of women also as the first speaker, Muslim country speaker, and then we have got the women who are in Pakistan People's Party. We gave them also a chance to become the ministers also, and things going on like this. Pakistan People's Party always promote their youngsters, middle class people, and their senior politicians. So I can't look at other political parties, but Pakistan People's Party always do these type of politics, and they promote these politicians who are youngsters, who are like this. And then when you go to the organization also, Pakistan People's Party almost have completed their organizational structure also. We have got organizations all the 4 provinces, and then in Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan also.
Okay, fair enough. Let me, Javed sir, you heard what Kundi sahab is saying. As far as, whether all political parties, when we ask for, the political representatives and what they feel, the question is the political process generally of Pakistan. Perhaps, the way it's structured does not allow for those things. Would you agree with that?
Mahrukh, please allow me to expand a little bit on the question you asked from Kundi sahab. If you look at the current political struggle right now, Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf its confrontation with the military establishment has devolved into an existential zero-sum fight. And in any given system and structure of governance, whether that be in Pakistan or anywhere else, in a developed country or a developing country, you can't really go for a kind of a confrontation which becomes a zero-sum fight. At the end of the day, then you lose that fight because you really can't fight the state. It amounts to fighting the state of Pakistan. Now, I would like to expand a little bit on the role of Pakistan People's Party and Pakistan Muslim League N as well. The paradoxical approaches the two political parties have adopted recently. First of all, I would like to take the example of PPP because Mr. Kundi is sitting there. Pakistan People's Party was the most democratic political party in Pakistan. Even during students' days, we were also part of this political struggle, and eventually for some reasons we got disenchanted and dismayed with the entire political exercise. Now if you look at the struggle of Pakistan People's Party, they have been at the forefront of fighting for the democratic rights of the people of Pakistan. Then eventually, gradually, it started deviating from its original course of a democratic political party. It made so many compromises, made so many questionable alliances with the regional parties. At any given point in time, those compromises were not primarily based on their principles. They were only based on their personal vested interests. And now look at the example of Pakistan Muslim League, and as Kundi Sahab rightly pointed out, that a political party which thrived on anti-establishment slogans, and when they started taking names of the top military leadership, they wanted to sort of tear apart the entire political system and the security system and apparatus in Pakistan. And then all of a sudden, you depart Pakistan, go to London, take a refuge there, spend some luxurious 4 years,
but
and then you come back
regardless,
to Pakistan.
Javed sir, but is it, in your opinion, as far as this process is concerned, as far as, whatever we may feel about one political party or the other, the question is, as far as Pakistan's democracy is concerned, isn't it true for all political parties? Perhaps this is that evolutionary process which, over time we will need. We don't, have a population that's very educated. We have, of course, at the same time, we don't want to underestimate our voter also. But do you think that it's a process that has to be, it was going to take that kind of time. It still has to take that evolutionary process has to happen for us to get there and become that kind of a mature democracy?
Absolutely, I agree with you that it takes time for the evolution of a political system. But for God's sake, Mahrukh, they need to understand that they need to have some basic principles and democratic norms as well. Evolution doesn't mean that you compromise on political and democratic principles and then you say that, well, we are the representatives of the people of Pakistan. They are not representing the interests of the people of Pakistan. They are representing their own vested interests. In the heart of their heart, they know
Fair
that.
enough. Javed sir, I'm going to go to Abid sir with this. Abid sir, but it is the people who have to decide who. it is the people who have to decide who is in their interest. It is the people who have to decide who they want to vote for. It is the people who have to decide, you know, which party they want to go and.
Actually, it is the crux of our whole discussion today. That the people of Pakistan, they should be given this right, to choose their representatives. But unfortunately, the answer is also lying in your question as well. That unfortunately, here in Pakistan, the more than 50% population is totally illiterate.
But perhaps,
the
unfortunately,
political process has not been allowed to run so that people couldn't get the political.
But maybe this is that kind of evolutionary process that is needed, and perhaps we will get to a point where we have the will of the people will prevail, and we will have an elected government in place on February 8th. Thank you so much for being with us. Dr. Abid Saab, thank you for joining us. Faisal Karim Kundi Saab, thank you for being with us. Javed Jadoon Saab, thank you for joining us today. That's all the time that we have. Thank you for being with us.